Hey guys, what's going on? It's Sean. Hopefully, everybody's having a good morning. Wherever you are, hopefully, you're having a great day. Please press the thumbs up button, subscribe, share, comment. I appreciate the dialogue, I appreciate the commentary. Thank you, everyone, for your support. Thank you, thank you. Um, hey, so those of you who are in the San Diego area, if you guys have any recommendations on on where to train, um, my son's a good friend. He's a really good kid. He's going through university. He wants to get into highway patrol. Um, and he's taking the same route I'm taking. So I kind of feel connected with him. That route is, hey, let me work security, let me get to university, and let me get the career choice. Um, Whoever hires him, I'll put my name. I'll put my name to the test if it doesn't work out. Again, I vouch for him, so I will look bad. So if there anybody's hiring in the San Diego area, let me know. Reach out through my email. And then if you guys know where to train, I'm pretty sure wherever he works, they're going to want to have that 40 hours of training. So today I want to talk about parking and handicap. Okay. One of our good friends the other day was in the Bonita area of San Diego, Ralph's in particular. And this Ralph's, it's located near the 54 freeway. I don't know what area of San Diego this is, but I can tell you it's north of it's like northwest kind of Bonita. It's just north of the 54 freeway. Our friend finds this vehicle from JDS Security parked in a handicap zone, right? And he goes around snapping other photos. I have tons of other photos. I keep other photos just in case somebody accuses me of libel, slander. I always have other evidence lying around. But he checks in the front. There's no handicap placard at all, but this vehicle's parked in the front in the handicap zone. I don't know who the CEO of JDS Security is, but what I will tell you is if some of these security companies are in our inner circle, meaning they dialogue with us all the time, I have direct connection with the CEO, we can squash issues and we could squash them very easily. There was a security company not too long ago. They were involved in an OIS incident, and they had it on, I don't know, it's TikTok or Instagram. I contacted that person immediately, and I said, "Hey, look, with all due respect, you probably want to take the video down. It's not doing your security company any justice." And this person was very respectful, and said thanks for the information, thanks for being direct, and they took down the video. I think it'd be wonderful if we could just reach out within our small community and just contact people and just say, "Hey, you know what? This is what's happening. This is what's up, and let's change it." Some security companies, they don't want to deal with me, right? Newton Patrol, they, instead of working with me, they removed me from the channel. No dialogue at all. And I kept trying to reach out to them, and I just want to work with them on things. I was even offering to train them. But they don't want to. That's fine. And some of these issues, I want to just be able to squash directly with the owner, and we do this all the time. But when there's some security companies out there that are saying, you know what, I don't care about this small security community that you guys have, this stupid security channel, this YouTube channel that you have. That's okay. I mean, you have a freedom of speech, but the end result is the BSIS is going to regulate you. That's all what I'm saying, guys. Is let's be connected in this community. Let's reach out. And I'm almost sure that the owner of JDS Security got the information, got the intel. But sometimes, we're too prideful um, that we don't want to listen to other people. So if you own the security company, reach out. I can always delete all these videos, but once I get a security company that threatens me with a lawsuit, and we've had them out there, it just makes matters worse for people. It really does. Anyhow, look, the optics of it look horrible. Now, I understand that some security officers are handicapped. They're disabled, and they may not have the physical appearance of being disabled, but there is a disability. Maybe it's neurological. It's something that you can't see. If the DMV issues them a handicap placard, then let them park in handicap. Now, it doesn't happen a lot. Now, for me, if I'm handicapped, um, am I going to use a handicap placard to park or to park in areas where I need to? I don't know. I'm not handicapped. I'm not disabled. What I will say is it looks terrible. How does it look like if you run a security company and your officers are parked in handicap and somebody starts snapping photos and putting them on social media? How does that look like to your clients? So if I'm about to hire a company to provide security services to me and I go to their Yelp page or I go to social media page because I want to know what this company is about and I see them parked in handicap, what image am I portraying for that security company? And I would say this is my perception is it shows a level of arrogance, a strong level of arrogance, and also it's telling others, it's sending a message, right? Then the message is I could do whatever I want because I'm the police. And you might be saying, well, I'm not police, Sean, I'm security. Oh, no, you're the private police for the property. I get on my guys when they park in handicap. If you guys don't know, I've been in law enforcement for over 2 decades. And if I see one of our guys parked in handicap, I'm going to tell him to move it. Now, if there's an emergency, I get it, right? But our guy who was snapping pictures of this security patrol vehicle, he didn't notice any emergency. Matter of fact, he was walking around for a couple of minutes. And there's other places that you could park when there's an emergency. Park on the sidewalk. Park in the yellow zone. The fire guys on this channel can get mad when I say park in the red zone. I mean, emergency is emergency. As long as you can move that vehicle when the firefighters arrive, then that's fine. I mean, can you get a ticket? Yes, absolutely. But it looks bad. The optics of it just look terrible. Now, that security company, they might have a contract with that property. And if that's the case, they're preventing clients who are disabled from going to Vaughn's. So now what this security company is going to have to do, because they failed to reach out to me, is I'll take down the videos, I'll take down the photos. But we want you guys, okay, we want you, the security company owner of JDS Security, to offer a written apology to every disabled person out there that was going to park in that spot. So you don't have to be part of our inner circle. You don't have to be part of our community. Hey, but you want us to remove videos and photos? Now you just leveled it up. You just leveled it up. You leveled it up. We want a written apology for all the handicapped people out there. For all the handicapped people out there that would have wanted to park in that stall that you took. If you're the security company owner and you are, you're saying, hey, I didn't park there. My employee parked there. That's on the employee. Like, no, absolutely not. Have you ever heard of the legal term called respondeat superior? You guys ever heard that? It's Latin for let the master answer. What that means is if you are the office, if you own the company or you manage it, or you are the qualified manager, you're legally responsible for that person. And in a way, I would say you're ethically responsible for that person. Right? When I say ethically responsible, I'm talking about not morals, right? I'm talking about like ethics, like doing things you're not supposed to be doing. Management needs to take care of the business. Now, for me, if that's my security company, I would say, hey, I apologize to every single handicapped person in San Diego that wanted to park there. And a matter of fact, our officer was talked to about this. We're going through a discipline procedure. And guys, discipline doesn't have to be, hey, here's some time off on the beach. The discipline is, this is what the California Vehicle Code says about parking. This is what you did, and this is why it looks terrible. Please self-correct your behavior, and that's it. We're not asking for a written reprimand. We're not asking for anything else. Randy Nunez says it's a sad day when a security company thinks they're above the law, and yes, there's security companies out there that are above the law, and you're not. You're not. And I know the counter argument is, hey, police park and handicap all the time. Well, first off, I don't have control over other law enforcement agencies. If it's somewhere where I'm working, then you let me know, and that law enforcement officer will move this vehicle. And also, this is not even a law enforcement channel. This is a private security company channel. Well, it's a security company that caters to the security industry. Randy says, how is our community okay with a careless security officer breaking the law and taking the parking spot of a disabled veteran or disabled civilian? And I don't think that they're okay with it. That's why we're here talking about it. The optics of it look bad. And Angel Yana says, our employees are a reflection of us, whether it's good or bad. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm gonna pin that comment or pin that message. Yes, your employees are a reflection of you, whether it's a good reflection or bad reflection. I think that this parking issue could be a reflection of an underlying issue at the highest levels of this security company. I really think so, but I could be wrong. Randy says, as a supervisor, we can't control all employees' behavior, but we are accountable for them. No, you absolutely cannot control your employees' behavior. You can manage it as best as you can, but ultimately, you cannot delegate responsibility. So if your responsibility as a security company is to protect the client, protect the client's best interest, protect visitors on the property, make sure that you're safeguarding their assets, you can't delegate that to a security officer. And your staff. What I mean by that is, if your security officer screws up, you are responsible as the leader, and you should hold your security officer responsible. But you cannot delegate certain responsibilities like this. And you might be asking me, well, Sean, how am I falling short of protecting the client's interest or protecting the client? Well, if you have a visitor that has to park somewhere else because they're handicapped or they're disabled, now they're going to have to potentially fall victim to prey, right? So they might have to park in a maybe underneath a tree where it's dark, maybe where there's been tons of robberies of opportunity, and our disabled population is more vulnerable than anybody else. So are you really serving the client? And then now for Ralph's, right? It makes Ralph's look bad. Every time. So I grew up around Ralph's, right? And I know Ralph's as a store that has really friendly personnel. They have friendly cashiers, friendly bag. We used to call them bag boys. I guess maybe that's derogatory. Bag people, or baggers, right? And I think they were unionized, and they were very good people. And I always felt like they always put their customers first throughout all the years. I can't say the same about other places, and I feel the same way about like Vons and Ralph's. These are traditional companies that I remember my grandparents, they used to shop at these places. And again, the staff there, very friendly, good people. How does that make Ralph's look like when you park in their handicap zone? Think about it, guys. Giannis says, mistakes are always going to happen, but how we take accountability and get better is what is important. Oh, absolutely. No, I love that, man. I quote all of these messages to everybody. But yeah, they're going to happen. They are definitely going to happen. And how you respond to the mistakes is more important. Okay? So hopefully the owner of this company will reach out You just I know you're watching. You just upgraded this to a written apology now. Now you got to apologize to all the handicapped people and all the disabled people out there, and also disabled veterans. You're gonna have to apologize to them too, and then we'll take everything down afterwards. All right, guys, that's all I got. Take care, and I'm looking forward to the feedback. How do you feel about private security officers parking in handicap zones? For me, the red zone. Hey, you got an emergency, you got a situation, just park in the red zone. Now, if you're saying, well, Sean, you're law enforcement, you're advocating I break the law. Well, I'm saying if you park in the red zone, you're going to be held accountable for that. Maybe I might give you a ticket, but you're definitely going to be held accountable, right? Especially if it's not an emergency. But park where you need to, be held accountable, be able to move that vehicle in case of emergency. I know the fire guys are cringing right now. Yeah, if you're within sight of your vehicle, park where you got to park, but move it if you have to in case of an emergency. All right, guys, I'm out. Take care.